So guess what? We are halfway through the year. Okay, so I'm just getting out my Notion because that's where I plan everything. Let's get into my mid-year reset. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to reflect on the first half of the year. We are going to look at our goals, we're going to look at our habits and where we want to be for the rest of the year. And I'm also going to turn on the aircon because it is so hot in here. Now I like relocate my goals every month if you watch my resets, but also particularly in the middle of the year because one, you want to keep your main large set of goals front of your mind, and you also want to check in with those goals. And you know, we change so much all the time. You want to check that they're all still relevant to your life, reflecting and how to adjust them if they're not, or what to add. But also you just want to check in with your progress, sort of pat yourself on the back for the ones you have made progress with, adjust the steps you're taking towards the goals, and see if you need to maybe extend the goal or lessen the goal. So first of all, we're going to start with a review. So what things are you proud of so far in 2023? Personally, for me, I was looking at my video from this time last year because I did a mid-year reset last year. I just can't believe how far I've come. I think I filmed that video when I was still living in Leeds, and since then I moved countries. I moved to Vancouver and now I'm living in Ottawa. I just can't believe how far I've come. The other thing is, on my mid-year reset last year, I was saying how happy I was that we just hit 30k. This community I've created on my channel hit 60,000 subscribers. And I just want to say thank you to every single one of you guys for watching. So yeah, things I'm proud of: moving to Ottawa, hitting 60k, also moving into our new house. I adore our house. I think I skied for the first time in 10 years this year, and I think my skills improved quite a lot. I'm feeling just so much more in tune with myself. There's so many things. The next thing we're going to do is look at the goals we set at the beginning of the year, and there's 3 categories we're going to sort them into. First of all, which ones are already complete. So for me, I had the goals, I'm not going to go over all of them, I'll just give a couple examples for each. Post more on TikTok, which I've definitely been doing. If you don't follow me on TikTok, you definitely should, especially if you live in Canada or Ottawa, because I've been doing a ton of like sort of local things to do content. The other thing is move to Ottawa. That was a big goal and we've done that, as I said previously. And another one, I wanted to get my SIN number, which is kind of like a national insurance number if you're from the UK, and I did get that. The next category is goals you have made progress on. So I've made progress on no TikTok in bed, working on my morning routine, reading 52 books, and most of my goals, I would say I've made some steps towards them. And I wanted to talk about this quickly. In my goals page, I have a goals spreadsheet, and then you can press on a goal, and I have like a goals template on Notion, and in there I have some prompts, some things to reflect. It starts with a sort of intention thing, like why do you actually want this goal? Then there's a manifestation, sort of visualization thing that also kind of helps with intention, like again, why do I want it, why do I want to feel this way? Then I have like a little, is it called a Kanban board? I put out some steps. Then I have not started, in progress, and complete. I can adjust where I am in that goal through seeing where I am in the steps. And then I have a little progress bar, which is for like visual representation. I can also sort the goals by how much progress I've made on them. The next category is what are some goals that are no longer relevant to your life? Now I usually have quite a few of these, I find, but this year I don't have a ton. One of them is I literally didn't even put a number, but I did say finish reading X amount of series, and I was going to like pick a number of series of books I wanted to complete. However, like I am tracking this in my reading journal, but as a major goal, I think I've got other things like enjoying reading and some social media career stuff I'd rather focus on as like a big goal. So to me, that's no longer relevant as something I need to track in my goals page. And I also am still focusing on like career and income. However, I had some really vague goals just about like those kind of topics, and they didn't really have like an end point, and they weren't very elaborate, so they're no longer relevant to my life. But those actual like vague goals are no longer relevant, if that makes sense. So we've reviewed and reflected on our goals for 2023 so far, so now we're going to reset and check in with ourselves. The first thing you can do maybe after watching this video is declutter and clean your space a bit. Now I did my summer reset routine and I did a lot of cleaning, and in that closet back there I moved all my winter clothes into that. For my mid-year reset, that can be seen if you want to check out my summer reset video, which should be up here. There are a couple cleaning things you should do every 6 months, like you should flip your mattress, you know, maybe deep clean your freezer. This midway point in the year is a good time to do those things. But now in terms of resetting, I have some journal prompts that I think would be really great. So I'm just going to read this out for you guys, and I'm going to journal about it later. Name 3 things you're grateful for this year. What are 3 of your favorite memories this year so far? What has been working well in your life so far? What hasn't been working well in your life this year? What is one thing you've learned this year? Is there anything anything that has been draining your energy so far this year. How do you want to feel in the second half of 2023? And I'm so excited to share about them myself because I think they're really, really good and reflective. I especially like the what are your 3 favorite memories from this year so far. But anyway, moving on, we're going to look at our focus for the rest of the year. So what are you going to focus on in Q3 and Q4 of 2023? I think some really good ways to discover your focus, because you know, it's so easy to just be like, look at your focus, but I'm trying to look at like, how do you do this? How do you discover your focuses? How do you discover what you want your goals to be? First of all, have a look through your calendar and just have a think of what events or activities you have coming up in the second half of the year. Now this could be vacations, holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, anything like that. So I personally know I have travel coming up, I have my birthday, Jake's birthday, Jake and Mai's 3-year anniversary. Also obviously we have Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, all that kind of stuff. So just take note of all of that. And then also quickly looking back, what themes so far have been important in your year? How can this relate to those things coming up? So for example, having fun and socializing has been a really big theme in your year. Then your view of these events coming up, like a vacation, might be different to someone whose focus was habits and routines. So it's just the way you're viewing these upcoming things and how you're going to plan for them. And then also just take note of any things you need to do before the end of 2023. So for example, if you're at work and you have deadlines, if you're at university, you're doing your dissertation, you have essays, these things you might want to include in your goals because you know you are going to have to do them and you might as well start working towards them now. Okay, now the last part of this video, we are going to set up goals for Q3 and Q4. First of all, look through and look at that list of goals we made. Obviously get rid of or adjust any of the ones we said aren't relevant anymore. And then the next thing you want to do, having looked at your focus and what's coming up in the year, add some more goals. So I know I need to add some goals in terms of my podcast that is coming out soon. I want to add some more goals in terms of YouTube. I also want to add some more goals in terms of decorating the house. And then like I said, in terms of goals that need to be adjusted, go through and reassess those goals. And also I had this thing where I had some goals that were pretty vague, which I mentioned earlier. So go through and brainstorm and break down those goals. And in terms of all your goals, like I mentioned earlier with my Notion page, you should have small, more manageable steps to reach those goals and a plan of how to reach them. So I think it's worth, if you haven't done this already, going through each goal and at least writing 3 steps on how you're going to do it. And then the last thing that I haven't done before but I think I should do is I'm going to pick 3 big goals. These are my 3 main things which if I don't do anything else, I just want to get these done. And they might be bigger goals that encompass some of your other goals. So for example, for me, starting a podcast, I'm going to have a bunch of goals within that, but that is my one big goal. I encourage you guys to set maybe 2 or 3 of those and make it really manageable, and yeah, just don't overwhelm yourself. That was my big mid-year reset. I hope this guide to a mid-year reset was really useful for you guys. Let me know down below any goals that you guys are working on. I've got lots of exciting things coming up. It just feels so much better to reset and stay on top of these kind of things. I think it really helps mindset wise for me, and I really hope it's helpful for you guys. So if you did like this video, please do like, please do subscribe, and I would love to see you guys next time.